After having suffered his share of nightmares, Allen Iverson was about to live out the fantasy of every kid who ever picked up a basketball.
I had butterflies so bad, you know, I remember just sitting there. I knew they were going to call my name, but I didn't know. You know, once they did, I just felt good.
With the first pick in the 1996 NBA draft, the Philadelphia 76ers select Allen Iverson from Georgetown University.
And there you see backstage Allen Iverson, the Georgetown sophomore. Ann and Steve, mom and dad. Family and friends back there. And what a tremendous moment it is for a kid, dreaming of this night, of being the first pick in the NBA draft, and it has happened for Allen Iverson.
After everything that I've been through, you know, I finally made it to, you know, the point that I really wanted to get to. It was like a tribute to all the people that helped me get there. It was just a great feeling. I felt like my life was starting to amount to something. And I've been through a lot of obstacles in my life, and you know, I'm just happy I overcame them. Now it's just time to get in the NBA, walk that straight path.
He was the number 1 pick in the 1996 NBA draft. A 6-foot guard out of Georgetown. Number 3, put it together for Allen Iverson.
Yeah, scratch.
Iverson would hit the court running.
Iverson all the way. Raw lightning. Iverson, this is going to be something. Let's get it. He fires for 2. You are helpless when AI has it going on. Iverson, yeah! The kid is going big. Brings this crowd into a frenzy. What a shot.
I knew that once I got an opportunity that I was going to showcase my God-given ability. I just felt like the sky was the limit.
With the odds that he had already overcome, he wasn't going to let the game stop him.
Iverson in the pocket. At least once a game, this guy will do something that makes you just fall out of your seat. By Allen Iverson. Iverson determined to make it happen. Oh, my goodness! I don't believe what I just saw.
He doesn't move like anything we know. It's quicker.
Allen's quickness would be best showcased by his most lethal move. The crossover.
This guy is trying to hold the water in the palm of your hand. Let's see what Anthony does. Forget about it. Iverson from 2. Iverson crosses over against Brown, gets 2, and they ooh and ah here.
Iverson didn't play like a rookie, and didn't act like one either. There was a fearlessness in his approach to the game.
A lot of guys, when you see guys that you kind of looked up to, they kind of shy away from the challenge, and I just took it on. When I grabbed the ball, I heard Phil Jackson yell, "Michael."
Iverson has Jordan. The crowd is into it.
I gave him a little cross to see would he bite on it. I let him set his feet, and then I stepped it back again.
Allen shakes free, gets 2. I said no. Allen said yes. The book and the crowd loves it.
I wanted the opportunity to play against the top guys and to go after them.
Allen would finish 6th in the league in scoring. All year long, he'd make people take notice of him. And then, as the season drew to a close, he'd make history.
Yes, and there it is! Allen Iverson, 4 straight with 40 or more, breaking the Wilt Chamberlain standard that had stood for 37 years. Simply amazing. What a week. What a week.
Iverson had taken his rookie season and made it into one big scrapbook.
It gives me great pleasure on behalf of the Philadelphia 76ers to present
Our rookie, Allen Iverson, with the Schick NBA Rookie of the Year award. Yeah!
Personal accomplishments during his rookie season, Allen was still having trouble with his image. Some thought he was a selfish player.
It was probably best summed up by Charles Barkley, who said, "It's me, myself, and Iverson." And that's the way he was perceived, and not necessarily wrongly so.
Even his most memorable moment as a rookie would ultimately put him in a bad light.
He challenged Michael Jordan to the effect, in the first game they played, he said, "I'm not afraid of Michael Jordan, I can play anybody." And in effect, it was interpreted as, how dare he challenge Michael Jordan? Who is Allen Iverson to say he could play him? And Michael was offended, and when Michael was offended, America was offended.
When the incident happened with Michael, that's when everything went downhill. People saying, oh, he can talk trash to Jordan, who he think he is. Everybody just started to bash me, and it never ended.
My impressions of Allen before I came here was a guy that I really didn't want to, be on the same team with. I didn't know him personally. I just heard so many bad things about him.
And to make matters worse, Allen had not made the Sixers a better team. Philly had won only 22 games. And so in the summer of 1997, they went searching for some direction.
I feel great in introducing to you the head coach of the Philadelphia 76ers, Larry Brown. Yeah!
Larry Brown embodied basketball tradition. A clash with Allen seemed inevitable.
I don't think it's an overstatement to say that they're from two different worlds. The 60-year-old with a reputation as a fixer-upper coach, and the young hip-hop star who wants to do it his way. And it was like when worlds collide.
Brown wanted Iverson to play within the team. Iverson wanted to be the team.
When I started coaching, I thought he was a great athlete, just doesn't know how to play. And I didn't know if he'd ever know how to play.
But despite their differences, Brown was intrigued.
He competed on the court, and I knew he wanted to win. He might not always try to do it the right way, but you could tell without question that he was an amazing competitor.
Better run, boy.
Defying convention, Brown would switch the undersized Iverson to shooting guard.
You could hear and see and smell the cynics and the critics. Allen Iverson can't play two guard. Look at the sides. I mean, he'll get murdered in the matchups. And guess what? The other team is going to have a whole lot more trouble with us than we're going to have with them.
Brown was right.
Allen in action, streaks to the right, gets two! Iverson, the backcourt cut, blocked by Allen Iverson as he wrapped it around the rim, twirled it home.
Brown would get rid of every Sixer he had inherited, except Allen, who he would build the team around, as he surrounded them with selfless role players.
It was his basketball genius that really decided
to give Allen enough range so he saw what he could do and what he would do.
Rebound volleyball by Oring, but it's taken off over there by Davis. Wraparound pass behind the back, underneath, great play. They got a play by Iverson. That's Allen Iverson who's good.
I could see a change for the better. I could see Allen inch by inch making progress.
60 shoot, Mark Jackson with the ball in the backcourt. Iverson knocked it away. And Smith's flying court. Now, what a hustling play by Iverson. And a tremendous effort. Being fantastic. And the secondary.
With Iverson as their lone leading man, the Sixers began to reflect his personality.
And they're on their feet. This house is rocking.
And though Brown and Iverson didn't always see eye to eye, they began to make the Sixers better. In 1998, Philly won 31 games, and in 99, they became winners.
Stackhouse, and it's not the ball. The key took it away. Sixers got two.
During the 99 season, Iverson would be chosen as a first-team All-NBA player and lead the league in scoring. But more importantly, he would lead Philly back to the playoffs for the first time in 7 years. And despite being an underdog in the first round against Orlando, Iverson was undaunted.
Man,
You ready?
Mark,
You can't believe it.
oh my God.
You ready?
Yeah, I'm ready. I'm ready.
Orlando never had a chance.
Iverson splits the double. Yes! Oh, yes!
That was like right up his alley. You know, the stage was set, roll the balls out, and let's play.
Iverson his seventh steal, tracked by Armstrong. Yes! Oh, beautifully done by Allen Iverson. That's an outstanding play. Iverson now with 8 steals. Inside a playoff record, cruises and solos for 2. Allen Iverson, a playoff record, 9 steals.
A charged-up Iverson would lead the Sixers to an upset victory that had the feeling of a revival meeting.
I still remember this tingle to this day, that it was so much fun to watch him lead that team and to close them out.
And though his Sixers would lose to the Pacers in the next round, Allen's career continued to take off. But in many ways, Allen's image still overshadowed his accomplishments. From his clothes to his tattoos, to his cornrows, it all seemed like a do not disturb sign for the public.
What I remember is Allen Iverson looking us in the eye and saying, I dress the way I dress. People are trying to get me to dress like Michael Jordan, like guys who are 30 and 35 years old. Maybe someday down the road, I will act like that, I will dress like that, I will talk like that. But not now.
You know, I don't want to be Michael Jordan. I don't want to be Magic. I don't want to be Bird or Isaiah. I don't want to be any of those guys. You know, when my career is over, I'm going to look in the mirror and say I did it my way.
But his way wasn't the coach's way. Allen was angry when Larry subbed for him. And Brown was frustrated that Iverson didn't follow all of the team's rules.
They could do, and that they were almost the best at what they did. And when you have that mindset, let me do it my way, Coach Brown. Let me do it my way, Allen Iverson.
We don't wait. We're not wait. I was not trying to wait. I was not waiting. I didn't know where the screen was at.
You know, when you got two bulls and you put them in a cage together, something's going to happen.
A breakup seemed inevitable.
There were a lot of issues, and I didn't know if it ever could work.
In the 2000 playoffs, the Sixers once again lost to Indiana. But this time, there were no moral victories. It seemed as if the relationship between Iverson and Brown had run its course. And though trade rumors began to swirl around him, Allen remained defiant.
I'm still doing what I want to do. I'm playing on the team I want to play for. I'm trying to contribute, you know. I'm not hurt by that. I mean, I'm not hurt by that at all.
Larry Brown and Allen Iverson had made the Sixers into a playoff team. But by the summer of 2000, it was evident that their partnership could no longer be as successful.
I've always had respect for him, you know. I didn't always like the things that he did, especially off the court and the way he approached our sport.
Larry Brown did not want Allen Iverson on the 76ers when he was returning in that preseason. He just didn't want him because Allen did not obey his rules, his team rules. The promptness, the back talk, the strength training, things that he made public, very public.
I'm tired of everybody talking about my relationship with Allen Iverson. I wonder what your relationship would be with any employee that you might have who doesn't choose to come to work on time or doesn't choose to come to work at all.
Yeah, I was late for practice, but believe me, the times that I heard and stuff, I mean, nobody will put up with that. I mean, and I'm not even brave enough to miss that many practices.
Philly shopped Iverson around the league and thought they had him traded to Detroit.
The only thing that prevented him from going to the Detroit Pistons was Matt Geiger's refusal to waive his 15% trade kick in his contract. Had Matt Geiger elected to waive that trade kick, Allen Iverson would be a Detroit Piston today. It's just that simple. It was that close.
For Allen, the prospect of leaving Philly finally hit home, and hit hard.
I always wanted to be a Sixer. My dad was a Sixer fan. and I always wanted to be the first pick. And I never wanted to leave Philadelphia. You know, I wanted to start my career as a Sixer and finish my career as a Sixer. And then for all that stuff to be going on, you know, it felt bad. It was a bad time for me. All summer long, I didn't know. I woke up scared every morning, not knowing that if I was at another team or not.
Alan went on about how he changed, how he's 25 years old now, and he was going to be a professional. He wanted to be married. He wanted to be a captain. Wanted to be a leader.
I want to be right here where I'm at, where people love me, and I love these people. In this situation, I kind of knew why it was happening, and I had a lot to do with it. And I think that was a part of me just growing up, you know, and things that they told me that I had to take care of to make that thing work. I knew it was things that I could control and I could get a grip on.
Brown and Iverson agreed to give it one more chance. The trade talks ended, and Allen was named team captain.
This is going to be the most important year of my career because, you know, all eyes on me this year. Everybody wants to see if I can be the captain, if I can be a leader, if I can be a professional besides just playing basketball. And I'm up for the task.
He came to me and said, Coach, I can change the things I have control over, the things you're upset about. When he made those kind of statements, I felt we had a chance.
Iverson would embrace his role as team leader, playing the way Brown had always envisioned for him. Philly opened the season with 10 straight wins.
Iverson takes a long tires, count it, and a foul. He's a phenomenal player. Following eight-footer, good. What a show. Who now runs with Iverson. He's got Lou and he wants some. Yes! Clear out. Here is Iverson firing it up. And the basket goes. Allen Iverson.
With each successive victory, Iverson seemed to grow, as he and Brown finally found the common ground that had eluded them for so long.
He now recognizes you've got to rely on somebody else. And it ain't always your teammates. You got to rely on your coach, too. You got to trust in the guy that's not on the court with you, but is on the sidelines with you, guiding you, orchestrating you, telling you to trust him and believe in him, and he'll take you there.
He made me concentrate on some of the things that I never really paid attention to become a better leader on and off the court. He fought with me. And I think that was important for me, you know. And now, then looking back on it, you know, I might have used to look at it like he just on me for no reason.
Hey! Hey!
You know, he was trying to help me all along.
You've won for us before. Just keep playing the game. Catch and shoot. Forget it. You only need to play for 4 minutes.
He helped me grow as a coach. He once told me he wanted to have a relationship with me that the great athletes have with their coaches.
Our lead. And at the All-Star game, Brown and Iverson would put their new relationship on display.
When you play, I would just hope that we go out on the court and try to kick their ass, but try to do it play the right way.
Iverson would win the game's MVP. But more than his actions, it would be his words that would show how far he'd come.
Where my coach? Where my coach? Coach Brown. Is he around? This is a tribute to Coach Brown, my teammates, my family, my friends.
He goes up to accept the trophy, and he asks for Larry Brown. Coach, where's my coach? It was like Rocky asking for Adrian.
Philly fans had always loved Allen Iverson for the way he played. But now, they were embracing him for who he was.
I think he melted the audience. All of a sudden, they started thinking, this isn't a bad guy. He truly is a fan favorite because not only his play on the court, but his interaction with them off the court. I think that's part of his persona.
Season with the best record in the East. But there was still skepticism as to whether Allen had the character to lead his team to playoff glory. And as fate would have it, Philly's opening round opponent in the postseason would be the Indiana Pacers, the team that had eliminated them the past 2 years.
We felt like if we could beat Indiana, you know, then we could get to the finals. We felt like we could beat anybody, you know, because that team had our number for so many years.
The first game would be hauntingly familiar to them. Playing on emotion, they got off to a big lead, but in the end, they couldn't sustain it.
We're winning the entire game. Winning the entire game against the Pacers. Reggie Miller and the Pacers. 3 seconds left to play. It's 78-76. Inbound the ball. Reggie comes off the screen, catches the ball behind that three-point arc, shoots.
Absolutely stunned.
We lose by 1 point. It was awful.
You got a big lead like that, and then to lose it at home in front of your own crowd, it was ridiculous.
In the past, a loss like this would have unnerved the Sixers. But this year, they'd use it as a chance to show how far they'd come.
I remember Allen in that locker room at that time. We got this. That's okay. We gave him this game. I remember him getting the team fired up after he was so angry, which was a great sign, because they knew they deserved to win that game. And by gosh, we were going to win this series.
Let's go, we got to get back on track, man. Yeah, that's right. Forget what just happened. Let's just go from here on out. All right? 48 strong. 1, 2, 3.
Come on, baby. We at home, baby. Let's get down.
But it would be Reggie Miller who would try to cut out Philly's heart as they dropped in 33 first-half points.
Reggie Miller smoking.
The Sixers desperately needed Allen to respond, and he did.
Little sleight of hand by Allen. Goes behind the back.
With their season hanging in the balance, Iverson attacked the Pacers with abandon and scored 45 points en route to a crucial Game 2 victory.
Iverson for two. He has been stupendous.
This is one of my most memorable, did I say that right? How you say it? Memorable, whatever, man. Y'all know what I'm talking about. I'm going to remember this game.
Indiana would never recover from Iverson's Game 2 scoring binge, and the Sixers had vanquished their old nemesis.
Philadelphia has made the step, and they have eliminated the Indiana Pacers.
Allen had passed the first test.
These guys always haunted me and made it tough for me to sleep, so now I can rest for probably a day.
Allen would need all the rest he could get if he was to keep up with the high-flying Vince Carter and the Toronto Raptors in the Eastern Conference semifinals. Vince was the clean-cut mainstream superstar that Iverson never would be. The dramatic setup was perfect, and from the start, the series would be a duel between the two stars.
Iverson for two, and he got it. He's been the magic man.
And predictably, Iverson was cast as the villain.
Vince Carter says if the little guy can do it, hey, I can do it. Wow. That's all I can say. Carter again for three. Man, holy cow. He can't miss. This is unbelievable. It really is.
Allen's dropping 54. Vince comes back and he's dropping 50. And it was one after another, one after another. It was like they were taking turns.
But as the much smaller Iverson matched Carter by sheer force of will, the storyline began to change.
Iverson for the lead.
And as the team split the first 4 games, Iverson was making his most persuasive case for acceptance on his own terms.
Allen Iverson has scored the Sixers' last 19 straight points.
As the media gets larger and larger throughout the playoffs, I think he got into a lot of people's living rooms that didn't really know who he was. And, man, I'm taller than that guy. I'm bigger than that guy. How does he do it against these monsters?
52 points for Iverson. He is the man.
When you see the way people react to him, not only in Philly, but all over, It's kind of nice. You don't look at the tattoos or the cornrows. You just look at what's inside of them. I think it's the greatest story in sports.
Before Game 5, the nation saw Iverson accept the league's MVP award.
Every time I come in this gym, in this arena, I hear my favorite song. Y'all voices. So it's time for y'all to play that song. Let's make this noise and get this party jumping.
During Game 5, Iverson showed the nation why he was the MVP, scoring 52 points in a Sixer win.
A lot of people affectionately refer to you as the little guy, but could you come up any bigger for your team than you did this evening?
I hope I can. I always play with my heart. I play with my heart first, because I feel like that's all I got.
All right, congratulations. Thanks for treating us to one of the all-time great playoff performances.
Thanks, Steve.
But Vince Carter wasn't finished, and his 39 points led Toronto to a Game 6 win and set up a 7th and deciding game. Allen was ready.
And then you can't get going. In this type of game, there's a problem, man.
It's the water night. My baby going to battle.
But Toronto was ready too, as they double-teamed Allen and bullied him all over the court.
Iverson went down so hard, he has a hurt back, and he is grimacing in pain.
Hurt and tired, Iverson would now be forced to adjust.
Alex, I must tell you again, when they double, you got to go into some kind of passing game. The ball has to move.
Brown couldn't have drawn it up any better, as Iverson foiled Toronto's plan by getting the ball to the open man.
That's a nice find by Allen Iverson, trusting his teammates.
Weaving his way through defenders, Allen would hand out a career-high 16 assists.
Great feed by Iverson. He's a passing machine.
And fittingly, the series would come down to a final shot.
Sixers by a point, 88-87. Here we go. Antonio Davis will screen. Curry will play in. Curry looking for Carter. Carter runs to the near side. He stops. He shoots. His shot is up. It's off the rim. And the Sixers advance to the Eastern Conference Finals as Vince Carter misses a shot.
Iverson had outdueled Vince Carter on a national stage, and it wasn't hard to see how much had changed.
The thing that I'm proud of is learning how to play. He was a kid that was so competitive, wanted to play 1 against 5 every possession. And I just see his game developing, and he wants to win so badly.
Allen had seemingly given all of himself to beat Toronto, and there were serious questions about whether he could summon the strength to lead Philly past Milwaukee in the conference finals.
Milwaukee's Ray Allen, skywalking underhand shoot by Ray Allen is good.
As the team split the first 2 games, it was clear that Iverson was breaking down.
He's hacked, fouled, driven around, takes another bruise. I'm telling you, the little guy, he is something.
He takes a beating.
Nobody else in this league would be playing and laying it on the line like he is. The kid has an incredible heart, and he's trying to play through it, and it's pretty difficult.
It's so as hell. But only steps out clamping up real bad.
Finally, he was forced to sit out Game 3. He could only watch as his teammates battled without him.
And the game is tied as McKee drains the jumper on the right side. Well, they've got a lot of fire. They won't go away.
But despite Philly's valiant effort, the Bucks grabbed the series lead.
I just couldn't wait for the opportunity to get on the court with those guys again and just try to take my game to another level. Just try to play just extra hard.
Inspired by their performance, Iverson and his teammates would take 2 of the next 3 games and force another Game 7.
Snow with 6 to shoot. Takes the outside jumper from the left. How about that one, Eric Snow? Not out of Iverson, Eric Snow.
Iverson was a game away from the finals and wasn't going to be denied.
Allen Iverson exploded here in Game 7.
It one more brilliant performance, the answer put to rest all questions about his leadership.
Iverson shoots a long three in the third quarter. Buzzer! It's good! He traveled Gray! The MVP for 3 more!
That Game 7 against Milwaukee was something that summed up Allen Iverson's not only 5-year playing career, but I think his life. What you saw was this man who believed in himself so much that you had to believe in him.
Iverson runs down the floor. He puts his hand to his ear. He jumps with joy. He had an unbelievable 44-point performance here in Game 7. Reputations are made in the NBA playoffs, and Allen Iverson stamps his name in the annals of greatness. The 76ers are the Eastern Conference champions, and they're going to Tinseltown. The Sixers beat the Bucks. Oh, yeah!
Hey, yo, man. Y'all boys ain't no joke, man. I love y'all, man. Hey, yo. Hey, yo, that's the team, man. That's the team right there, baby. Woo!
It's Coach's first time, man. Let's make it look like it's 1, 2, 3.
Love LA, man. That's where the stars at. That's where the stars are born.
I heard that, but
They're
it's
born in Virginia, too.
When I met you, was like 17, man. Young boy, shy. Now he's 26 years old. NBA MVP. Big man on campus.
Allen's journey had taken him farther than he ever could have imagined. He had made it to the NBA Finals. And it was a celebration of everything he had accomplished.
Happy birthday to you.
Allen's ultimate wish of winning a championship would go unfulfilled. But even in defeat, he won the ultimate respect of everyone who watched him play. And he did it with the same heart and determination that had always driven him.
Just to see his desire to win was something that I really marveled at. And I've always appreciated his competitiveness, but I think that was really something special in my eye. The way he's perceived nationally now is pretty special. No, it's not like he's a renegade kid with talent that doesn't know how to be a team player. Now it's about a guy that everybody admires just because of his toughness and his character, and that's what it's all about.
After the season was over, I wanted to be able to look in the mirror and say, you did everything that everybody wanted you to do as far as being a leader. And you won the championship or you didn't. But you should be proud of yourself. And after the season was over, I was able to look in the mirror and feel good about everything that I did.
The end of the 2001 season closed the door on one part of Allen's journey. But another part is just beginning. And as far as he's come from his earlier struggles, Allen is still only glimpsing the potential that lies ahead.
When he says, there are a million people out there who love me, and there are another million people who hate me, I think that was true at the beginning. When he says it now, I don't buy it. And the reason I don't buy it is that I believe that he is not only the most exciting player in the league, I think he's the most popular. Where are all those people who dislike him? Check out all the arenas around the country. Go check out how many Iverson jerseys you see. More of them than anyone.
I've never seen anyone transform from the poster in the post office to the recommended poster in your bedroom. I mean, this was unbelievable. The baggage that this man had to carry, the questions that were asked his first, second, third, even fourth year, and he transcends all that, and eventually he becomes truly the poster boy of the NBA.
What don't kill you will make you stronger. And all of the things that he went through personally, off the court, all the things that he went through on the court has made him stronger as a person. He's still the same guy. He's still going out there playing hard and being Allen Iverson off the court, but he's learning the do's and the don'ts and how to conduct himself. So I've watched him turn to a man over the years that I've been here.
I remember in my neighborhood, I used to tell guys I was going to be a professional football player or basketball player. And they used to laugh. And, you know, I used to always say, you know, my mom said I can do anything I want. And that was kind of like a joke there. But, you know, I'm not laughing at them now. But now I'm the one doing the laughing.